You worked on GDTF before. What was the main issue?
Switching from beta to gamma. With the previous structure, I could define my own XML, and I had the proper naming for my inlets. So I don't have the opportunity to do it in gamma.
If you want to have these nodes with just the right ins and the right outs, in gamma you can create them dynamically. So you could read out your structure and then just generate the ins and outs.
I have no idea how to do this.
It's actually in the how-tos. Yeah, create pins programmatically. This shows you the VL API that you need to use to generate pins. I use this, for instance, in the fmod integration. You load an event and it has some parameters that you can define in fmod studio editor. And this way I can just show all these parameters depending on the event that you load, and it's still the same node. Also, VL Audio is using this. Like most of the VL Audio nodes are the same structure, the same interface, and they provide which parameters they have. And then using this, it creates the actual nodes as you see them with the parameters, but it's using the same code behind. So they you don't need to patch each one again and again, and patch all the inputs, patch all the outputs, and then you have a different one. The NVL audio is just defined in C#. So you can have dynamic inputs and dynamic outputs. This part is important. You need to know your node ID, which is the ID of the concrete node inside a concrete patch. There's this special input that each gets fed on create called node context, from which you can get all sorts of information, including the node ID, but also you get the whole stack of the paths. So, I mean, the easiest way is just to go to the how-to patch and copy it out. Then you just modify it. There's this pin group builder. You just fill it with the names of the pins and the data types of the pins. Then you just push it in, and it's used in many places, but it's to the user of the node, it's completely transparent. It just looks like a hard-coded node, but it can change the pins depending on any kind of data, internal or external inputs. If this is what was holding you back, then you can do this in Gamma.
That's really cool, because now, of course, there is a reason to work again with GDTF.